Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Taiko World Cup 2021. I am Beat43210, and returning is VAF, as both of us commentate the semi-finals match between South Korea and Japan. Widely anticipated matchup. It's going to be very exciting to see. VAF, how you doing?
How's it going? Yeah, second match in the winner's bracket, and remember the winner here is also going to get that top 3, and the interesting factor here is that this is another same match that last year, semi-finals, South Korea versus Japan. Different rosters, different expectations, but in the end, the same countries.
And the same level of excitement as we watch two teams clash.
It's gonna be interesting though, but yeah, indeed. I would argue that with the roster South Korea has, probably Japan has really upper hand, really quite the upper hand. But I'm looking forward to see some of these players, especially players like 5 Henry maps like Nomad 4. I've been told 5 Henry's really good at really hard stuff in general, so quite excited to see that.
We're gonna see if they can match up to one of the most hotly contested teams in the tournament, which is none other than 7-time Taiko World Cup champion Japan. We're looking for an 8th this year. South Korea is one of Japan's biggest opponents, not only throughout Taiko history, but in this tournament. So
I would say mostly Taiwan has been mostly the opponent in the past years, although in 2020 South Korea was the contender for first place with that really good roster. And this year they didn't have the same players, and with some really big names lacking, they brought up new names, and so that's why I'm a bit hesitant to say that South Korea has a lot of chances to win here, but definitely a really competent team.
Well, look, we've seen strange things happen in this tournament, and it wouldn't surprise me if South Korea pulls up a bigger fight than your expectations may be. We will see. We're just waiting on a couple of players to move over to the tournament server. So, as usual, this is a good time to remind everybody that if you have not purchased your Taiko World Cup banners, now is the time to do them. You can pick any of the top 16 teams in this year's Taiko World Cup. You get to hold them for the next 2 and a bit weeks. And if you pick the winning team, you'll be able to hold on to that banner for a full year. Very exciting stuff. I believe it only costs us $2.50 US. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah,
they didn't give us a script when we make these plugs, so
yeah, it's correct. Yeah,
about $2.50 US. So get in on that action if you still haven't yet.
I bought mine like 3 weeks ago though, but yeah. Indeed. It's going to be Japan versus South Korea, starting any minute soon. Although I think Dan and Olo are missing, as Drago keeps inviting players left. Gonna be really. I'm looking forward to see Japan's bans here in this match in general.
Have they rolled yet or no? I don't think they did.
I don't think so.
Oh yes, they didn't roll yet. This is okay. Look, I've complained that we haven't been able to see the rolls in this tournament because they always do it while everybody's setting up. So yes, I'm very excited. We're going to be seeing some exciting rolls between these two top teams. So I guess they will be getting underway with that very shortly. But we are almost ready to go.
Yep, indeed we are. Japan coming from a 6-1 against the United States. The United States, a team that had really good scores against Japan, and they were only able to take 1 point out of them. Really impressive though, because against Japan, it's quite a feat.
Peaceful rolls to 71. That is a good number. But Yuone just comes out and says, nope, I'm rolling a 91. And dominates the Peaceful's roll. So South Korea will be banning first. Yuone been practicing his rolls from community tournaments. Obviously. Fully prepared to smash RNG and take the victory in that department. So, South Korea will be banning first. For those who are tuning in for the very first time in this week's semifinals, we have 6 Nomad maps. We just play it as it is. 2 hidden, 2 hard rock, 2 double time, and 3 free mods with the tiebreaker if necessary. Everything is fair game. Both teams will ban once. South Korea will be starting first.
Let's see how that goes. Banning wise, I'm not really sure. Japan has banned Hard Rock 2 last week, but they did also ban different stuff in group stage, so I wouldn't be really sure what they could go for. I think both teams can be really strong in free mod in general, but I can't really say.
Yeah, so they'll have 2 minutes to deliberate on their ban. But we will see what they're gonna go with. What do you think they're gonna ban? What do you think South Korea is gonna go for? Do you have any ideas?
Yeah, I can't really say because Japan is just good at everything. So it's gonna come down to what South Korea doesn't want to play. It could be a Nomad 4, but in the end, if 5 Henrys feel like it, I think Nomad 4 could benefit them to some extent. So don't really know. BT2.
There we go. Spitfire being banned. Very well-known ranked map. It's been around for, I think, 2 years. Maybe longer, actually.
Might be, yeah. It's still the longest. One of the longest maps in the pool.
One of the longest maps in the pool. Very similar to the last Infected Mushroom map that we saw.
Yeah, BT2 as well. Yeah.
BT2. That was also a double time 2 pick earlier in the tournament. Definitely testing the same elements to a more trickier level. Yeah,
indeed. I'm not really sure which stage that was, but
I think it was round of 16.
Could be.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was round 16. My memory hasn't failed me.
Yo, Japan's banned now. Let's see how that goes.
We'll see how Japan responds.
They usually ban different stuff every week, so... But it could definitely be something similar.
Sorry. I was gonna say, keeping themselves a bit unpredictable.
Yeah, that's it. Well, they're gonna repeat the Hard Rock ban in the end.
Track 40, getting no love in this poll. Absolutely not.
Not at all.
I think it's been banned in like 3 matches. I think every match I've done.
Maybe not every match, but yeah, definitely quite many. And Nomad 5 has been indeed the choice. It's a big. We've seen it in every match, and it has been picked as one of the first picks, always mostly.
A very popular early game pick so far in this round, and it looks like this will be no different as Japan looks to get themselves on the board
with their first pick. Yes,
setting the tone of what could be the rest of the match in their eyes.
3-minute map. Let's see how South Korea manages. Remember, the loser here will not get eliminated. They will be in the finals week against the winner between Italy and Singapore, happening tomorrow. Or today, in UTC time.
Yeah, it should be later today. I always try to use UTC timing as a reference point. But anyways, here we go. We're getting started with the very first map of the semifinals between South Korea and Japan. It's going to be Polyrhythm as Peaceful and Olo take on Sairon and Akumiya. Now, for those who have not seen this before, has a very high OD Nomad of 7, 3 minutes 13 in length, very awkward timing and snapping changes. Don't be fooled by the star rating of 5.3 because it's much tougher than that.
Indeed. Yeah, accuracy-wise, it would also be quite a struggle. We'll see how both teams manage.
Akumiya misses at the very start. I believe that was the first 1/8 and he missed it. So South Korea gonna try and capitalize on it as much as they can. It's not much for now, but it was a fairly early miss.
Tiara and Zachtrap, though, Olo's consistency so far. South Korea is looking so consistent.
But will it hold? These songs get a lot more trickier as we start to see a lot more 1/6, 1/8, maybe even 1/12 that's intertwined in some of these patterns. It's hard to tell just looking. But
yeah, both Olo and Peaceful drop out a bit, and now it's favoring Japan.
Japan holding better accuracy, only by the thinnest of margins though, as it's just barely offsetting Ikumiya's very early miss.
And look at the difference in score. It's just
very minuscule.
Favoring South Korea.
This is the type of excitement we've been expecting, and we are getting a good show. And let's look at that difference. That is a 61-point difference between the two teams at this stage. South Korea holding the very slight lead. But the second half,
too, though,
just as deadly. If South Korea can just hold flawlessly to the end here, they will win, but that is not happening right now. As Japan holding the better accuracy in the second half of this song. But not by much. Especially if there's a brutal miss in one of these upcoming 1/8 patterns.
Yeah, we'll need Japan to miss or drop again the act for South Korea to take this break point.
Well, they're holding on for now. But Olo will miss!
Oh yeah,
very
that
critical
will be
miss
giving it away, yeah.
by South Korea.
South Korea was so close halfway through avoiding this
But
map.
Ikumiya's
Drop!
But it wasn't a huge drop. Only dropped about not even half a percent.
Yeah, he missed 3 nodes.
Yeah, it was a very quick recovery by Ikumiya.
Oh god, yeah, it's still 9 off.
That will save Japan as the song winds down to an end. Japan gets on the board, winning their own pick by about 30,000 points.
Yeah, still, this performance from Japan isn't that, I mean...
Oh man, it's very close.
Look at those. It isn't as good as as I'm used to see, you know?
And look at those accuracies across the board. Right, you got every player above 98.5%.
It's really good in general, but
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
It's Japan, you know, because higher standards, you could say. Because I'm not really sure if there's probably other team that score higher.
There probably has been, but nothing immediately comes to mind. But
yeah,
Japan gets themselves on the board. They won on their own pick. Good stuff. And now South Korea looking to get themselves on the board with a strong pick of their own. We'll see what they go with, as they have pretty much the entire pool open to them with this introduction. Will we see Ricky Bobby? The very interesting gimmick map, testing Japan in the preparation of which they have fallen before in previous rounds. Most notably, last round, that was... Yeah, no mod 6. But like the gimmick map of the pools.
Yeah, they fall in that one against the United States.
Last week, yeah. That was what I was trying to refer to. There is also the very intense no mod 4 map, which has... Oh, here we go. Peaceful actually saying that they're going to go with Ulki's gimmick map. Ricky Bobby will be picked.
Yeah, it could be a really good pick, because you mentioned Japan lost last week in that gimmick, so South Korea might be taking advantage of that.
This is a much tougher gimmick map than everything we've seen thus far in the tournament. So, but South Korea seems fairly confident.
This is a really fast gimmick map as well, 240 BPM.
Well, that's not an issue for these teams.
Yeah.
240, no problem.
Okay. 500 entering.
240 is just their natural habitat. But even though it is 2 minutes in length, it is a very wild 2 minutes. If you have not seen this before, you're in for quite a treat. Get an OD of 6, HP of 6, and a star rating of 6.6.
2 minutes long. Not forget, if 500 has a Goku profile picture, so that immediately boosts his score of the other map. Just random talent.
Yeah.
But
Awesome.
his first map played. Same with Yone. So here you
He's
go.
definitely a very top player when it comes to preparation and stuff.
Indeed.
But here we go.
Let's not forget that was it this one that had the Discord disconnection midway through?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
This is a bit of a fun sound effect. Let's hope it doesn't catch any of these players off guard. Of all things, the Discord voice call is what would cause it. That's kind of funny.
I'm not really sure if Peaceful actually missed or it was Bancho.
I don't know. It was Bancho. Yeah, it looks like.
Bancho.
All right, everything's synced up. There we go. This song has a relatively tame introduction, but it starts to show its force fairly quickly. Although everybody still.
Yeah, this is like a double S battle.
They're ahead by a slight tick or something.
Yeah, somehow Japan is winning.
It's a good start for Japan.
What are these accuracies? What?
But this song, like I said, is absolutely relentless, mixing, overlapping with ninjas sliders, which can break if you don't hit them. But South Korea, dominant accuracy right now, given in the early lead as Sayaron underperforming it with 99.6%, which is heartbreaking to hear.
Halfway through 500 and Wone with that double S.
And Peaceful right behind, I think he's only at 100, maybe 2 at most.
What is this map? Performance.
Oh, this is good. This is good for South Korea. They're in the last third, and Sayaron has just missed. That is the opening that South Korea needs. It wasn't a huge miss, but it's certainly going to help them now, because Sayaron ain't getting that combo back. Okay, Peaceful loses it as well, but he capitalized on it as much as he could. And Sayaron missing again.
Sayaron having a lot of problems, like early 3-up misses. Even though Wone is having the double S, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. 500 is just completely offsetting Yone's double S. You got a double S? 500? I got 100. Or 2 100s.
But the main point here, what is doing 500? That boost is real. It's Goku, you know? 500, 1-to-1.
There we go.
One single 100.
Amazing performance. Amazing performances by all players. You got Yone with the double S. 500 with the 1-100 full combo. Peaceful, 2 100s, picked up 4 misses. Picking up more misses than 100s in a gimmick map. Very good, very strong accuracy on his part. And even Sayaron with 12 100s and 2 misses. Absolutely insane. Definitely gets South Korea on the board. And it's 1 apiece.
Oof. Taking a break point out of Japan's hands. Like if it was nothing.
It wasn't a break point.
No, a point. I mean a point in general. Yeah,
okay,
point in general,
sorry.
like if it was nothing, because you're used to see Japan just making breakpoints all the time and so forth. So, I'm winning just straight in sweep. So
that is all good.
Already saying no sweep.
Well, let's see. Sayaron frustrated at his performance, but it's okay. Japan will quickly shake it off as their pick.
I mean, playing for Team Japan, I can't really say, but it's probably a lot of pressure. No, Matsu.
Dream Chamber is going to be the next map.
It's like a lot of ball lines.
Definitely is a very popular pick. I think in all the matches I've casted, it's been played every time.
Not really true for every match, like No Mod 5, but definitely one of the most popular maps as well.
Certainly. It's definitely up there in the No Mod pool with one of the most popular picks. And 3 minutes, 14 seconds of real tech. Dream Chamber with its mysterious background. Don't be fooled by how slow the song is. 92 BPM is certainly not where it's at for this song.
Oof, yeah.
Oh, it doesn't play like 92.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, this map is you'd say technically, really technically demanding, maybe, with some weird snapping. General, it's just your average seg map. But in
especially at this stage of the tournament.
Yeah. Now let's see how South Korea can perform. Denon coming in, a player that has improved a lot in the past 4 months. 758 also coming in.
Looks like there's just going to be a quick update on Peaceful's end. It should just be a quick second.
Yep.
But Seren, yep, as we said before, stepping in for the first time for Japan in this match.
Yeah. Seren, there we go. Denon, the interesting thing about Denon is that he didn't make it into 3-digit Taiko World Cup South Korea roster, and all of a sudden now he is 180 global, and he is playing much better now in the TWC team.
And he's now stepping up to the plate against two of some of the very best players in the game, Seren and Sairon. On a tech map like this, at this difficulty. It'll be exciting to see how he's gone. He's done okay. He's done pretty good so far in the tournament. But he does start off with a 100 finisher. The only player to do so. But that will be short-lived. Okay, you know what? I know we don't talk about shadow tapping a lot, but none of these players are tapping with the Don notes. Everyone's just tapping with cats.
Yeah, it's shadow tapping with cat.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, here we go. As the challenge of the map gets underway. Japan off to a good start. Seren's double S are doing absolute wonders for them in the opening of the song. And Peaceful with the first miss.
Yeah, that's a big one already. Seren 58 with that double S. Fueling a drop with a bunch of misses for South Korea to be a bit closer.
Well, well, right now, Japan is enjoying a nice 40,000 lead, and it's still going to be slightly extending for a little bit more, just until Peaceful gets back up to 400 combo. But Japan giving themselves a good buffer in case one of them misses. But that has not happened yet, so they will have nothing to worry about for the time being.
Apart from Peaceful's miss, nothing else has happened.
Denon holding strong.
Dropping.
Never mind, Denon is no longer holding strong. He tanked the entirety of that last.
Yeah, that's a big drop.
And combo momentum now back in Japan's favor.
Yeah, accuracy also favoring them quite much. Probably already terminated this pick.
Well, who knows? We're going to the last quarter of the song. Japan is a very solid team. It's very hard for them to just give up a score buffer this big. But Denon missing once more will give Japan a bit more luxury if they need it. But at this rate, it looks like Sairon and Seren are both on track to finish with 2 full combos.
Oof, yeah, and what an act in general by both, especially by Sairon.
Yeah, certainly. And as things wrap up to their conclusion, Japan will do what Japan does best and hold 2 very strong accuracies, getting
500s.
16 100s between both players.
Yeah, that's really impressive act from Team Japan, but in general, this was their pick, so kind of expected. South Korea now have to strike back with something they can win, but is there something they can win at that isn't Nomad 6? We shall see. I mean, Nomad 4 is open. I would really like to see Nomad 4, because it was one of those maps that it's one of those maps that when it finishes, most of the players are just dead stamina-wise.
And there we go, South Korea now on their second pick. They got to come back with a pick off their own. Question is, where will they go?
You should probably go with something 5 Henry is capable of playing. Either something speedier, like what 3, what 4, or like.
I don't know. I'm thinking more free mod.
Could be a free mod. Yeah.
I think free mod would be a good idea. I know free mod 2 has been getting pretty much no love.
Yeah, we saw it once or twice. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe they may find something in free mod 2. Maybe.
Could be. These fans has to be really comfortable with hitting hard rock. Let's go with Fremont and TG's asking for they banned hard rock too. And
so
they pick hard rock 1. Surfit.
Peaceful, frustrated at all the time he spent practicing track 4. He just heard to get banned. Probably.
No, that happened with many players.
That's happened to many players.
Oh god, generally. Nifty hard rock. What else can I say?
As Surf Hut will be picked. So, definitely a popular hard rock pick, mainly because the other one gets banned. So
mainly because it's the only one, yeah.
Yeah, because it's the only one.
Yeah, I haven't seen hard rock 2 yet.
No one has, and I don't think we will, actually, which is unfortunate. But Olo and Peaceful looking to be playing hard rock.
Yeah, really good hard rock roster. South Korean hard rock roster is really scary.
South Korea got Sairon and Akumiya ready to line up and just fire away it with their best hard rock performances.
You'll see how this tech hard rock goes. I think it's OD. I'm not really sure about the OD, but
it will be 6. So when you add, it's 6 before hard rock is added. So when hard rock is added, it goes to 8.4.
Yeah.
Which is definitely on the higher end. That much is for certain.
Here we go. 2-minute 23-second map. South Korea. Maybe the first team to score 2 points against Japan in this tournament.
Maybe. We will see. But first, South Korea has to get through this map and survive their own pick. They did a good job with their last pick. Will they repeat that success? We will find out. Despite the technical elements that are present in this song, this is certainly one that has its own set of challenges, none of which had faced any of the 4 players, as all 4 players remain on the double S in the introduction.
That's quite impressive. We haven't seen a single time in TWC 2021, right?
To my knowledge, there's not been a tie. Not even close.
No?
Actually, no, there's been a few close calls, but nah, not a tie.
Yeah, not a tie.
And it looks like South Korea is behind by 2 100s.
Yeah, they're really close in general. Only double S left is
Akumiya.
Man. Yep.
He's doing a very good job holding the double S, giving Japan the microscopic lead. Absolutely microscopic. A miss will certainly destroy.
Be game-changing, yeah.
But Olo picking up a lot of 100s in that pattern. It was hitting things a little bit too early.
They're gonna need Japan to miss right now.
I mean, it would help them a lot, but I don't know. There's only a few 1/6, 1/8 in some of these streams. It might catch someone off guard, but Japan looking flawless thus far. I expect that to continue for the time being.
Last quarter and
the last quarter.
Oh, yeah, but unless we see Akumiya missing, it's not gonna happen. Sairon is looking so consistent.
Sairon, the highest actually in the lobby right now. Here we go, we're going to the slower bit of the song here. I don't think there's that many tricky patterns left. It looks like Japan will be securing this first break point.
Yeah, really really good one in general.
Yeah, it looks like things will just hold steady to the end of the song. But
Really
there we
sad
go.
for South Korea, though. They could have taken this, but in the end, it wasn't enough. It's a 3-1 for Japan.
But, man, look at that. 4 full combos across the board.
Yeah.
Getting 99% for 99.07 and 99.28% by both players on the South Korean team, and it's not enough on a Hard Rock pick. It is not enough because Japan comes out with a total of 14 100s compared to the 39 100s on South Korea's side.
Yeah, that's
And
the Asian effect. Yeah, there we go.
and that is very unfortunate.
Yeah, that really good score from the South Korean side, but not enough to win against Japan. And I'm not really sure if South Korea.
All four of those players having really good accuracy.
Yeah,
Just wasn't enough for South Korea.
Now Japan has potential 4-1 if they win their own pick. See how that goes.
And now Japan up a breakpoint. Has to just solidify that breakpoint with a strong pick of their own. Hard Rock completely gone. It is now out of play. Both Hidden are still in the pool. I suspect Japan will dip into Hidden at some point. But Hidden is very scary, especially with how well some of the South Korean players are. And it looks like Grape Tea is going to go with Saiton to Teriyaki.
Yeah, Hidden 1. We've seen
a
lot in general.
Was it?
I think I've seen it maybe half of all matches.
Yeah. Maybe. Now this map... sorry. I was gonna say...
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna talk about the map itself.
Yeah.
So, Hidden 1 has an OD of 7. 273 BPM is the clear, just speed Hidden pick of the pool. It's designed to challenge the player's speed, which has been starting to become more often the case as we progress throughout the tournament.
Yeah, correct. First time we see Jonah from South Korea. Not really sure about his skill set. Not really aware of Jonah, at least on my side. But as you said, that OD7 in Hidden, a really fast map, gonna be really important. We'll see how both teams do in this map as Wone comes in.
Yeah, exactly. And here we go, we're gonna get underway as Peaceful and Jonah take on Saren and Yone in Hidden 1. Will Japan's confidence in Hidden be proven correct, or is South Korea far better than what Japan anticipates? We're about to find out. Saren does pick up a 100 to start with. The only player to do so as we get through the introduction.
So far it's a tie. Oh, Jonah!
And it's no longer a tie as Jonah picks up a combo break.
Yeah, big combo break and big act trip as well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Jonah, his struggles will continue as he does pick up a second miss.
Yeah, Winner breaks the double S, leaving Peaceful alone in that regard, but Jonas misses, not helping South Korea.
Yeah, Jonah right now is underperforming against the other three players in comparison to their scores. 97 is really good. Unfortunately, it is not enough to combat Japan, who are both sitting at 99.7%.
Yeah, just Peaceful is doing really well, but
you can't. When you're at a double S, you can't go any higher than the double S. But Picks up a miss. It was a short miss.
Doesn't matter, but always.
Well, it'll close the distance a little bit, but Jonah is still too far down.
Yeah.
On the accuracy. Well, going to the very last guy time. Maybe something can happen. It's entirely possible no blocks can happen in the very last frames here. But to pull back, what, nearly 100,000 points? Hardly unlikely that will occur. And doesn't. Yone does miss his full combo at the end, but it does not matter at the end of the day.
Double S by Peaceful.
But Peaceful, setting a high bar, flexing off the double S. 0 100s, 0 misses. He certainly tried. Making it to semis and you're still pulling off double S's, quite a formidable opponent.
Yeah, just flexing. Although you have lost.
You may have lost the battle, but you've won the morale.
Yeah, exactly. Still, really interesting. Both players. I mean, both players in the Japanese team missed 4 times. With another full column in South Korea, it would have been really good for them. But I'm not really sure what happened now. This is another pick for South Korea now.
Yeah.
Might see the free mods finally, or no mod 3, no mod 4.
Maybe. Both teams have been avoiding free mod to start the match. I have a suspect feeling South Korea will dip into it first.
I have a hunch that no mod 3 and no mod 4 can somehow, depends on how well South Korea plays it, especially Fly Henry, but if they can do it.
I don't think either team will go for it yet. I don't think. I think because like I know.
Yeah,
Japan. Yeah, it looks like 3-3 we picked. Because like I know it's like South Korea and Japan are 2 very top teams, and they can compete against each other on those speedier or more stamina-heavy picks.
Yeah,
but you don't want to go into those. It's those type of maps where you don't really want to play them unless you have to, or unless you run out of choices.
Well, this map's really long as well.
Yeah, so like while the pool's still more open, like we still have the entirety of free mod and DT and so forth. It's not necessarily the highest in terms of priority. Those tend to be more popular in late game picks as a result.
Could be. Still, this map is fairly dense with a lot of streams. Looking forward to see how those node logs start to appear.
Yeah, it has a really nice OD of 6, so if you're going with Hard Rock, it goes up to 8.4. Clocking in at, I believe, 198.67, which may or may not be a reference to Steins Gate. Supposedly, I'm not aware. I mean, I've seen the show, but I don't understand the reference. Regardless, 4 minutes, 18 seconds. And it looks like we have the full 3 mods in play. Peaceful against Akumiya in Hidden and Hard Rock. Olo against Seren, but Olo prioritizing Hard Rock and Seren with Hidden.
Oof. Looking for it to add Hidden Hard Rock though.
Yeah, the map is very streamy, so certainly will be one that will test players' proficiency.
Yeah.
And if they can maintain their concentration for about 4 minutes.
Remember, a miss here, probably well developed in a massive node block and a lot of misses, especially on the Hidden Hard Rock.
Yeah, especially on the hidden side of things as well.
Yeah.
If you lose yourself, it can take you a while to recover. Which might benefit South Korea because they only got 1 player with hidden.
Look at the accuracy at the beginning. Everyone double S-ing.
Well, Olo is no longer double S-ing, but picking up 100 is not a lot.
Oh, Seren!
But Seren with a combo drop, losing about 0.5% accuracy. And Akumiya, a huge take, dropping 2.5%.
Dropping to 97!
Oh man, those were plenty of misses. South Korea is going to just take it and run. They've made it through the hardest part of this particular section. So they're going to just try and build that combo momentum. Because both players in Japan are not at 400 anymore.
The difference between Peaceful and Akuma right now is really big. Peaceful has to hold on.
Yeah, but this is still a very long map, and
Yeah.
Japan are going to be quick to get back to 400.
We get into the Ki.
Here we go. New Ki time. It's now going to be much faster to read, so it's actually going to be more challenging for Olo in South Korea, as they have to deal with the faster pace of the reading. It's going to be easier time
halfway
for Seren.
through.
But yeah, halfway through, Olo still ahead of Seren, and Peaceful still ahead of Akumio. But the stream still continues. Hardly has breaks in between, but nobody losing their concentration.
Oh, Peaceful!
Oh, never mind. Peaceful will be the first person to slip.
His act is still better than Akuma.
Yep. And look, as long as you got better accuracy, you're still in the running. So that combo momentum. All right, we're at the halfway point.
Oof, we're approaching the two section.
Yeah, the combo momentum is shifting back into Japan's favor a little bit, but overall, South Korea should still have more combo points.
Yeah,
and
they should be able.
Seren and Olo are both on the same accuracy, and Peaceful is still ahead by about just under 0.5%, so South Korea will still hold on to the lead for the time being.
Here we go, it's Teacher time, last quarter. South Korea, a bit ahead. Japan.
So now, let's see who's going to come out on top. Everybody survives the pattern. But it looks like South Korea is still holding on.
Yeah, they indeed are. This last guy. Will they be the first team to score 2 points against Japan in this World Cup?
Well, we're about to find out. South Korea just has to make it through this last stream. Olo is slipping on the accuracy compared to Seren, but it is still good. They got that extra break that still hasn't happened. And Olo is still in a full combo. Only person to do so.
Yeah, he's actually a beast with our rocks. We all knew that.
Hey, look, he still has to make it to the end of the song, okay?
He makes Harak look easy. Oh, that's
Japan is actually going to be unlikely to win on accuracy. It looks like Japan's going to have to wait to see if South Korea's going to miss in the end here. But the pressure is definitely on them.
Oh, there'll be a big upset if they miss at the end.
We're about to find out.
Oh,
miss at the end?
Doesn't matter.
Just nailed it. Had enough of a buffer to ignore the 2-note miss. Olo loses the full combo, but takes the second point South Korea.
Seren, no 100s! No 100s!
Yep, Seren just hit the wrong colors. Got the right timing, wrong colors.
Timing, wrong colors. I think it was the beginning of the map. South Korea taking the second point.
And there we go. The first team to take 2 points against Japan in this World Cup. Japan in every other match have only dropped 1 point at most. So, yeah, this is a good opportunity for South Korea. They're still down the break point, mind you. They still have to pull themselves back into equilibrium and keep themselves on track towards a tiebreaker, at least. But Japan is going to have to fight on. Japan's going to have to still prove themselves that they can maintain their breakpoint advantage. I'm going to do some fact-checking, so Vap, you can think about what you're going to do next. What do you think they're going to go with?
I don't know. Hit it 2 it is. Okay. Didn't have enough time to predict anything, but it's going to be hit in 2.
It's going to be hit in 2. Fair call by Japan. It makes total sense. You know, they did do pretty well in the first hidden pick, so might as well follow it up with a good second hidden pick.
Oh god, here we go. This map which has some ninja finishers separating this little section, maybe. Also with some doubles. But it's basically the they hit a map that goes from slow hidden to fast hidden.
Yep. The last time we've had a 6-2 pick or closer was way back in last year's quarterfinals, where Poland took 2 points off Japan in their quarterfinals matchup.
Wait, you mean the closest match?
The last time the last time there was at least a 6-2 result.
No, wasn't that semifinals last year?
Oh no, in semifinals, 7-5 was the other time. Yes.
Yeah, that was the closest.
Sorry, I must have scrolled by it while fact checking. But yeah,
7-5. Yeah, in semifinals as well.
That was the only other match that went over 7-2. But here we go. Peaceful and Jonah taking on Seiron and Yuone.
Jonah, the last time he played, he didn't play that consistent. We'll see how this one goes.
Jonah picking up the early miss. Not a good start for South Korea.
Oh, Jonah! Oof. He's might be his best hack, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, Jonah, 86%. He's hitting a lot of these streams a little bit late. Just delaying the notes a bit too long and picking up a lot of 100s for Jonah. Japan picking hidden 2. They're getting hidden 2 out the way. They're saying to themselves, we are not giving up our 7-year win streak that easily. And
oh god, Peaceful is playing so well.
Yeah, Peaceful playing so well, but Japan, they got 2 very solid players at 99.72%, which is amazing. And they're on their way to a convincing 5th point.
Yeah, this already should be their 5th point. Jonah is nowhere near everyone else.
But halfway through, Japan has pretty much the best start you can ask for. You got 150,000 points. You got Jonah, who is unable to keep up with the rest of the lobby by a considerable margin. But Peaceful will lose his full combo.
Yeah, at this point, like with such a lead, shouldn't really matter.
It's looking increasingly clear cut now that Japan will take this point. The only question really to ask ourselves is, are we going to be seeing 2 full combos from the Japanese side?
Yeah, most likely. The Japanese are going to take their pick. South Korea's going to pick next.
Understandably, this is Japan's pick, so South Korea is still going to be down by 1 breakpoint. However, there's a missed opportunity to equalize on that. And there we go. Japan maintains their 1-point breakpoint advantage, up 5-2. Unfortunately for South Korea, this does mean they have to survive their next pick if they want to just maintain the 1-point deficit. But if there is a bright side to this, there's no more Hidden. Hidden is gone. Hard Rock is gone. The only maps that are left are No Mod 3, No Mod 1, No Mod 4, and DT1 and the other 2 free mod picks.
Probably expect to see another free mod, maybe. But I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe they want to try their luck at Double Time 1. But they did ban DT2. Although, admittedly, DT2 has its own issues that clearly make a difference to DT1. Doesn't mean they won't pick it.
I would see if. I think it will depend on how comfortable they are in a 280 BPM map like Blackout City.
Maybe. But if they don't, I mean, if we think about it this way, right? No Mod 3 is 310 BPM. Oh yeah, we're gonna go for Mod 2.
It's like
Deadly
the second,
Dolly
third time we see it. Yeah,
I think it's first.
it's second.
Oh, it's second. Okay.
Yeah, but
Maybe
definitely
one
one.
else.
Yeah, one map that hasn't been seen that much. But yeah, it's the only custom free mob map of this pool.
Yeah. Map by none other than Nardo. 2 minutes in length, has an OD of 6.6. Is the Swing 240, sorry, 160 BPM. Not 240 BPM. Oh, Swing 240, no thanks. That would be... Actually, no, there is 1.6 in the song, so it actually kind of feels like 240. I remember Mango.
I don't remember that much, but yeah, I remember. I remember it being the Swing free mod. On the shorter side as well.
Certainly. Well, we'll see what these players go with.
Yeah, my combination is already clear. It will be the same as free mod 3. Like, I don't see Ola playing anything else that isn't hard rock. Here we go. Will this be the third point for South Korea? We shall see.
But here we go. We get underway. Once again, we're going to be seeing the exact same thing we saw in the last free mod pick. Yone against Peaceful for Hidden and Hard Rock. Olo against Seren. Once again, Ola preferring Hard Rock, while Seren preferring Hidden. Fairly even start for both teams. As both teams
so far
fight for an advantage.
Yeah, Wona with the only double S. South Korea will need Seren to struggle as he did in free mod 3.
Yeah, but that's not really happening. All players are pretty even with each other right now, and I guess is pretty good in the first half of the song. But Ola picked up a lot of 100s today. Keeps the combo alive, but has paid a fair price in terms of his accuracy. And that's going to give Seren the advantage, and it's helping Japan maintain their lead for now.
Not looking good. Last third. Olo 99.14. Someone in Japan will have to miss or drop their ag for South Korea to take this.
Well, right now, that's not happening on Japan. Japan looking extremely solid. Although, the biggest impact will come from Yone, as he is holding 2 mods. So he does weigh a little bit more compared to Seren. He has 2 mods, so it makes him far more likely. But we're coming to the very end here. And it is looking increasingly dire for South Korea as they now have to somehow pull back this. But there we go, the song's coming to an end here.
Yeah, this should be good for Japan. This should be a match point for them. And a break point.
On Yone doing Japan a solid, getting only 6 100s.
Poof. Yeah, same with Seren, but yeah, the 6 100s with him Harrock, really impressive. Overall, really good.
Yeah,
score.
all the scores are great. All the scores are great. They're all over 1 million points. They're all over 1,060,000 between Peaceful and Yone. They came out with their preferred mods, and they've capitalized on it to its fullest potential. Unfortunately for South Korea, it was just Japan that came out on top. So
yeah, now it's final showdown for
it's
Japan. They can close it up.
So Japan is up 2 break points. They have 2. They control 2 of the next 4 picks, And Japan will be picking first. And it's only getting tougher from here because there's DT1, 3-month 1, and both No Month 3, 4, and No Month 1. Pool is tightening up, but it is extremely tough to see. Such heartbreaking loss.
DT1.
But DT1 will be picked. Blackout City. A fairly well-known song.
Yeah, probably the oldest map from this pool.
One of the oldest, yeah, dating back, I believe, all the way back to 2012. But it is back as a DT pick because we love OD7 plus OD with DT.
Yeah, 2012.
As it is one of the very few maps that has stood the test of time over the years of the Taiko World Cup.
Let's see how this goes. It's OD10 DT, 2 minutes long, 282 BPM.
And for very deadly players who will be playing Grape Tea, stepping in for the first time in this match.
Indeed. And then coming in as well, although we saw him play before.
Going to be exciting to see how they go. But here we go, good luck. And we get underway. South Korea in a must-win situation. They have no more to fall back on. They gotta push out and start getting themselves closer towards 6 points, although they have a very dangerous feat ahead of them. They've done better than most teams so far in this tournament. Let's see how far they can go.
Most likely the last map of this match, unless South Korea pulls out.
Well, you never know. Right now, South Korea is actually on pace with Japan. And that's what they need. Right now, they just got to be on pace, and then just wait for Grape Tea to miss. Or something.
There we go.
Wait, Grape Tea actually missed! Oh, wow.
Yeah, right on time.
That's the opening that South Korea needed. And just like that, there we go, South Korea gonna get that combo. They got the opening.
Yeah, but still, it's still favoring Japan. Accuracy.
But it's still favoring Japan because Denon's struggling with the accuracy.
Yeah, the hack drop was huge.
That is insane. Grape Tea just completely ignoring the break. I got 99.7. What he's saying, he's actually topping the lobby. As neither Saren or Peaceful are able to overtake him.
Somehow in Japan, it has to be Saren.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen in the slow section here.
Yeah, not at all.
And here we go. We're going to be continuing with the major trains, but Grape Tea has missed again.
Not enough for South Korea to take it.
No, not yet. Hang on. The combo momentum is shifting in South Korea's favor. They actually have enough notes to take it.
Oh, God, it's Fisher.
And it still requires Denon to get good accuracy. But Japan is fighting it off. They're just like, no, we're not letting this happen. And Denon has missed. That is a huge opportunity.
Yeah, no, I'm looking like South Korea will take this.
Oh, hang on, we're coming to the last bit here.
Saren has to miss right now, and Denon.
Unfortunately, that does not seem to be the case.
It's a GG, well played.
And there we go.
Japan taking their spot to the grand finals against Well, the finals actually. They're gonna
There we
finals.
go. For the 8th time in a row, Japan
Yeah.
has made it to the winner bracket finals, where they will be taking on Brazil to fight for the bracket reset advantage. That will happen next week.
Good luck with that schedule, though. It's gonna be it's gonna be hard, but still.
Certainly is. Look at those final results. Peaceful getting 13,100s, highest accuracy in the lobby. Actually, no, he equaled with Grape Tea. My bad.
Yeah, Peaceful played really well this match. So in general, South Korea with a really good performance. They will be playing in the losers bracket. So there's a lot more to see on the South Korean side still.
Yeah, congratulations to Japan. As per usual, Japan topping their matches, not giving their opponents much of a challenge to their 7-year reign. But
indeed, and that's
we have and there we go. That is going to be the end of that match. We got the winner bracket fully sorted.
Only 2 matches in losers left, which will determine top 6. The United States versus Canada and Italy versus Singapore.
So, looking ahead here, next week we have Brazil against Japan for the winner bracket finals. Argentina is going to be playing against the winner of the USA against Canada, which should be happening
tomorrow. But today, but like
a lot, 18 hours.
A lot of time left, yeah.
It's about 18 hours. And then we also have Italy against Singapore, which should be in about, I think it's 10 hours, don't quote me on that. And
I think it's 12 UTC.
12 UTC, yeah. So the winner of that match, 12:30 UTC. So 12:30 UTC, Italy will play against Singapore. The winner will play against South Korea to open up the loser bracket finals. So there we go. That's the schedule we have ahead. We have Italy against Singapore in 12:30 UTC. So that is about
really high.
10 hours from. Oh no, sorry, I can't count. 9 hours from now.
You just have to stay tuned because top 6 might be. I mean, we have 3 teams from the Americas already there. Might be 3 teams from the Americas and 3 teams from Asia, or 3 teams from the Americas, 2 from Asia, and Italy from Europe.
It depends. It's going to be quite exciting to see how things wrap up, and I hope you all come back at the appropriate times to watch those last 2 matches battle it out.
Yep. Thanks everyone for watching. It's been a pleasure. And stay tuned and buy your banners from our TWC 2021. Thanks, Beat, for joining me. And
yep. No worries, it was cool. Thank you all for watching. As usual, if you did enjoy, press the follow button so that way you know when Ocean Live goes live with not only the rest of Taiko World Cup, but also the other World Cups, which will kick off in a few months from now, over the course of the year.
Actually, CWC for like post is next week, so stay tuned for that as well.
That's going to be all good fun. But for now, Taiko World Cup comes to a close for the moment. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
See ya.